All right. It looks like we are fucking up on all of these sons of bitches. We are up on Kick, we are up on Rumble, and we are up on YouTube. I know I didn't give an exact time for when I was going to start this thing, so everybody who fills in, awesome. Yeah, the last one got blocked. I know we did that last one, the night before last. They got blocked for some BS copyright stuff. We might be getting that resolved and getting it back up, but I actually found a way to do this. You could do this all like simultaneously through Rumble. It's a feature Rumble offers, which is kind of strange that YouTube doesn't offer anything like this. But the idea will be we're gonna play some fucking metal, of course. I'm gonna do what I planned on doing a couple of nights ago, doing the stream. Starting it really through YouTube. Later on in the show, we're going to knock YouTube out. I've got a little thing for that. When you see that pop up, that will mean it's the end of the YouTube because we're going to get into some stuff that could possibly get us into some, shit here on YouTube. But still, I respect YouTube for what it is, but it's not like a beacon of free speech, even for just playing metal music and like riffing on it or whatever. So, hence the mask, as people missed the other night. I was wearing this similar thing, for algorithmic sakes, for, AI image capture, that sort of thing. It is what it is. But I do have a bunch of shit that we'll play, several songs that we'll be able to get to. And since this does appear to be working on the other sites, we will. Oh, yeah, I see Big Mingus over on Kick. Was it your idea to do Kick, Big Mingus? Big Mingus is watching over there. The funny thing about this, man, I've never even watched anything on Kick. I've heard about Kick for years. Never even knew what the site looked like when I went over there and set up a Drewcifer. So, we're going to blast some fucking tunes here, man. We got all kinds of shit. War metal, we've got thrash, and of course it's the good thrash, the nasty thrash. I'm also going to see what these other websites offer in terms of not getting you fucked over for copyright. We're going to see how that goes. The stuff YouTube got before for copyright is literally the motion thing that is happening in the background. That's the timestamp they gave me. So it wasn't even over actual music. I got some copyright stuff for music, but not all of it was like, you're free to play it. It's just somebody owns the content. So, like, you can't, advertise over it or make money off of it, which I'm not making money off this shit anyway. So we didn't have any problems along those lines. Sick shirt, bro. Indeed it was. Thank you. Repping the fucking Archgoat. I do have some Archgoat in the lineup. But enough of my yapping for now. Let's play some goddamn tunes. The End Is Nothing, the mighty fucking Goat Peen, man. Fantastic fucking band. We seem to be running pretty smooth on all these platforms, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a big change from 2 nights ago when I was trying to run on just Rumble and YouTube, and it got fucked. But yes, we are. You see the links up there in the top. We are live. We are not live on X, though. I have not done that. I've never done an X stream. Maybe we'll eventually do that. But yeah, right now we are on Rumble, YouTube, and Kick. And again, later on in the show, I will knock out YouTube so we can play stuff that's got a little more grit to it. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, that album was actually pretty fucking good. Obviously not my favorite. Sabaoth died. But they did that last album. Virgus was still in there. Then Virgus died like right after that album fucking came out. Man, I don't know. Shit. I don't even remember like timing wise. I remember when Virgus died. I don't remember if he died before it was even released. I think it was like right after it was released. But anyways, that's the end of that fucking band, dude. One of my faves of the genre for sure. That good Brazilian shit. Fucking awesome. Nevermore says it. The Mighty Goat Peen. Fantastic, man. And I love that with that vocal effect, it still kind of had the spirit of Sabaoth. But yeah, I mean, pretty much after he's gone, you kind of got to call it quits with the band anyways, man. But yeah, those are two badass dudes that made a fucking killer goddamn band. And that's the end of that, as they say. But as they say, the end is nothing. Let's do a little bit more war metal. Again, later on, we will kick YouTube and get into some stuff that's a little, a little bit more could get us in trouble on YouTube, so we're not going to fuck around with that. Risk a ban and all that. Nevermore says they went out like a couple of bosses, but said they're going. Yeah, dude, they were both like real big into powerlifting. So some of that, well, that plus that sort of like nihilistic lifestyle, some of that makes me wonder like how much of it is like, on the gear, how much of that is just like, cocaine and hard drugs. A lot of these guys, they tend to go a little balls out in the lifestyle. So, but yeah, I mean, dude, if you're having heart failure or dying of heart attacks before you're 50, that's pretty like you're doing something, that's, I mean, it can happen. It can happen even younger than that, but it's come on, man. It's not super, super common that healthy guys are dying that young from some, heart failure or stroke plus a heart attack. That's pretty wild shit. Anyways, more fucking war metal. This is another band that I would love to see live. I have not had the pleasure. I almost Jay Slaughter or Eagle on the spicy playlist. What's funny about that is you can find some. I had like a BitChute playlist where like all the Jay Slaughter stuff is up there. There's plenty of Eagle on there too. I'm actually going to play one of the main dude from Jay Slaughter. He is also in a band, Teleti Otokani, which has got really good stuff. Musically, really similar to Jay Slaughter. And there's another band that he's in. He's in several bands. And I'm going to play one of those a little bit later. But yeah, some of that stuff is on the list. I don't have any Eagle on the list, though. Though I do have Eagle's Nest. I do love some Eagle's Nest. But we'll get to that. Let's play a little bit more war metal while we're still safe here on the YouTubes. Some Primitive Warfare, Antichrist Victory. You know, I fucking love when these bands capture the essence, man. That band right there is, oh man, like top notch. There's so many good war metal bands, and there's so many that are just kind of like. We talked about this the other night. You know that stream, by the way. Yeah, because I had some people asking. I want to get like the condensed of all the different chats that are going on because we are streaming on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble. So I've got a little bit of like scattered chat happening here. But I think if I can find a way, this one that I'm hosting from actually has everybody from all the different platforms, their chats coming together on one. So that's fucking cool. But yeah, like we talked about it the other day, just like for every genre, there's really good stuff, and then there's just a bunch of bands that kind of just repeat the pattern. They don't really stand out a whole lot. But yeah, that's one right there. I've got to see Primitive Warfare live. Okay, to catch up on some chats here. Dime Day 128 did the live stream from a couple days ago get taken down from ScrewTube. Yes, it did. That was a copyright thing, and the timestamp. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing with timestamps, but every time they give me a timestamp, I'm like, I look at it like, well, what was the problem? Like, objectively, it really was just showing me like 7 minutes in when I was trying to figure out the simultaneous stream. It was showing me like just this motion background here without my logo on it. It was just the motion background that was gray, and apparently somebody owns it. I was like, how does somebody own it? Because I made it. It was a mix of like four different things like fused together. So, anyways, I'm trying to get that thing back up because some of the music was copyrighted, but all of it was like you can play it, you just can't run ads over it, or we're gonna run ads over it, or whatever. So that I don't mind. I hate when it gets blocked worldwide for some bullshit, and that's what that was. So yeah, I am appealing that or whatever, but it's not like a strike on the channel or anything. Oh, let's see. What was the other thing? The only thing I do notice is the Kick comments are not showing up in this, even though I am streaming through this to Kick. Shred Beard is here. What's going on, Shred? Yeah, Shred sent me a text a little bit ago. Yeah, Shred and Matt. I see Misanthropy is here as well. Nice. Billy Hellraiser, Drew. What's going on, man? And Anya, yeah, chat refused to load. It happens sometimes. What was the other one? Yeah, Big Mingus. How was your show? This was, fuck, what was this? October last year? How was your show opening for Evil Army? It was fucking amazing, dude. That was one of the best thrash shows. Not even just because like I was a part of it, but that was one of the best fucking thrash shows I've ever seen. I've wanted to see Evil Army for so goddamn long. And we get all the way over there. We go play in San Antonio, right? So we get all the way over there. We're about to play the show. I walk into the venue, and like right when I'm walking into the venue, we're being told like the venue has changed last minute. There's like no heads up or anything. And we're like, well, luckily it's getting changed, and we didn't just drive all the way over here to another city for no fucking reason. They sent us to this other place called Faust. If you're from San Antonio, maybe you'll know it. I'd never even been there. And it was like a fucking coffee shop. Like, there is no stage. There's just kind of a corner there. And I was like, dude, we're going to play here with Evil Army. It's like you could fit maybe 50 to 60 people in there comfortably. But we opened, and, dude, throughout that whole thing, it got so fucking packed that when you would open the door to it, like, you just saw backs and hair and people just, like, flying around and shit. It was fucking awesome, dude. And it being, like, a speed metal based show, especially with Evil Army, like, playing it there at the end, so much fucking energy just like right in your face. Everybody's just like smashing each other. It was awesome. So yes, I'm not just saying that because I was a part of it. I would have just went to the show to see it. I was just like feel like really fortunate that like Infuriator got to be a part of that. That was fucking awesome. So what else? Let's see. We got a lot of chat over here. What's going on, fellas? Komos, what's going on, man? Drew's back, baby. Hey, we're trying. I'm not the other guy that you're thinking of, okay? That other guy doesn't wear a mask. You see, I'm an entirely different person. I just stole that other chump's logo and everything. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the tunes again, because I'm streaming on these several different things. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do YouTube for a while. I'm keep reminding everybody this because it's kind of a new thing. And then I'm going to kick YouTube the fuck out and just stream on the others. That way we can play some stuff that is a bit more sketchy that YouTube will not like very much, even though all the songs that I'm playing tonight are hosted on fucking YouTube. Cat Cafe stage. When's the next H-Town show? Right now, our new album is being mixed and mastered. Here, let me pull that thing up again. Our new album is being mixed and mastered. We Here it is. The new Infuriator album, folks. This will be it. It is in the mixing and mastering process. All the songs obviously done. We just sent them off to get them, fucking polished and stuff. I record everything in-house, like in the room that I'm in here. Me, our bass player, and our drummer. I do all the, the production and all that sort of shit. But I like to send it off to somebody that is way better at mixing than I am. So I'm not very good at mixing, and mixing is like, you'll smash your head through a fucking wall trying to get good mixes. But the Iron Casket shit, I mix on my own. I do everything in-house. Literally the only thing we don't do in-house is we send it off to get mixed and mastered. So, yeah, new Infuriator will be coming out. Shouldn't be too long, man. We're just finalizing the mixes. So, yeah. See what else. Drewcifer. Play us some guitar at the end, please. I need to figure out a way. Because I've got all these fucking guitars. I got these amps and shit here. I need to figure out a way that I can actually do some of that on here. I'll have to go watch a whole bunch of Paul's stuff over at Kai. Maybe I'll pick his brain a little bit. I'm wondering, does he play just like he sets up an amp and he just sits around and jams, or what? We'll see. Are North Korean children polishing those CDs? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. God, now the comments are rolling through here. We're going to play some more tracks. I'll try to catch up. The only thing that sucks about having to wear the fucking mask is part of me wants to lose the sunglasses because they kind of tend to fog up the fucking sunglasses if I ramble for a bit. But yeah, let's play some more shit. Some more heavy stuff, in the fucking Archgoat spirit. Let's play some goddamn Archgoat, shall we? Fuck, that album's so good. Hell yeah. Arch Goat from Whore of Bethlehem. Kim Jong Goat Moon? Dude, they talk about a band that needs to happen. Oh, White Phosphor over on Rumble. What's going on, dude? Oh yeah, did get the Rumble stream going. We are live on Kick, Rumble, and YouTube again. I will give you guys the signal. Here's the signal. Whenever this comes up, we're knocking out YouTube, all right? That means we're going over to the other one so we can play some stuff that YouTube is not too fond of. Even though they'll host it, they'll host some of the songs on here, but you can't talk about them. Don't you dare fucking talk about them. Don't give any commentary on them. You might piss people off, but they can put the songs up. So it's like, okay, make it make sense. You know, I also got to be careful with how I say this because we're on YouTube. A former channel used to get, hammered all the time because this other channel, totally unrelated to me, I'm a totally different guy. I wear a mask, but the other channel, he would do like music videos like with the lyric contents that would fit the song. He did some stuff for Motorhead. He did some stuff for Metallica, Sodom, fucking M16, stuff like that. So I would this other guy who doesn't wear a mask would take the footage and like he would get it all from YouTube, right? And he would make his own music videos and put the lyrics at the bottom. And he would get hammered for like hate speech and things like that. And like literally for what? But make the rules make sense, man. I don't know. Do you have Twitch? No, I've never even been on Twitch. You know what's funny about this? What's funny about, okay, I see Mayhem Sundays Misanthropy here watching from our Mayhem account. Okay, see, I've never even been to Kick. But I started one because the other night I did a stream here and I was told that Kick is a good place to stream. What I was getting the vibes of, so I've never even checked it out. So I don't know. But I do see Mike Violate in here. Who's the hot guy in a mask? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. It's not who you're thinking it is, that's for sure. But yeah, I did get the Rumble stream going. We got Kick going. We've got obviously here on YouTube. But whenever you see the clip, I will take that back though. The one time I did go to Twitch, Francisco was doing a thing over there for Joe Abba. And it was actually great. This was back when I still drank. This was like a year and a half ago or so. And he played a bunch of like Skinner and Merle Haggard and shit. And dude, that fucking inner white boy came out like fucking crazy. And I was having a hell of a time. Good stuff. All right. Any other things? I see the comments flowing through here. Let's see. Is that from Rumble? Okay, that's the same one from Rumble. Sorry. Got 3 different things going here. Here, the YouTube algorithm is getting even worse about pulling down channels. Great time to go back. I don't know what you mean by back. I'm brand new to this, pal. What are you talking about? Twitch might let you play all that stuff. If you don't save the stream, it just goes away. Okay, well, as long as there's like some kind of it saves somewhere, that would be cool. But we're gonna see how Aunt Coifa. No, I haven't. In fact, I was just thought all that shit I was talking about was tame. I see stuff on here that's like, way further than anything I was doing. Like I'm over here talking about metal albums, or at least the other guy that doesn't wear a mask was. YouTube algorithm getting worse. Well, let's play some more. Like this thing here, I've listened to this a few times, and I was always struck by like how kind of ridiculous the name and the album cover is, but the music's pretty fucking solid. Let me make sure it starts in the right spot. Okay. I want to make sure it starts in the right spot. And hold on. Does this have the timestamps? Because I was just jamming it, but the entire album is up. So we'll at least listen to a little bit of this, all right? Very, very unique band name. Our Mayhem channel is watching you on all your platforms. Awesome. Appreciate the support. Good to see your face again, Drew. What kind of... Yeah. I know what you mean. All right, let's try this. Satanism, Black Invocation of the Infernal Spirit. Let's check this out. While it does its little preamble here, let's just bask in like that album cover, right? I wish I wish that Goat's Mouth was open for business. I love how somebody commented on this saying like that album cover was made in MS Paint. Once it gets going though, it is good. But sometimes you can't just find a track, you have to find the whole album. And I've already forgot my timestamp. I mean, dude, it even has that fucking that buzzsaw guitar tone to it. Yeah, I think the reason, Matt, I think the reason you passed that up is probably the reason a lot of people would. You look at that album cover and you're like, okay, the band's called Satanism, Black Invocation of the Infernal Spirit, but you know, you give it a shot. Musically, it's actually really fucking good. It's essentially war metal with that buzzsaw guitar. But yeah, it's easy to pass that up. I cannot believe I just went to Metal Archives and searched that name, and there's only two bands called Satanism. That blows my mind more than anything, dude. That's fucking crazy. Matt doesn't do third grade satanic album covers. Oh, Matt, you need to get out there a little more, my friend. Yeah, that was good shit though. I like it. I like it a lot. It's kind of unassuming with that fucking MS Paint album cover. All right, a few more here. Do some fucking old school. Let me see if I missed anything. Thought I saw something else over here. Thought there was a question. Have you guys seen them posts that are pissed that new metal isn't a thing on Metal Archives? Oh God. Really? Like, dude, even the posers at Metal Archives get that. And I say that because there's a lot of good shit on Metal Archives, but I've had back and forth with like the headmaster and some of the mods over there, and they're I can't even believe they allow some of the shit that they allow over there. Honestly, I'm surprised they don't cancel it. From what they had told me and like the stuff they were complaining about and everything, like I'm actually kind of blown away. Got to search Satanism, bro. What's the deal with that Warlock Corpse band? Is that some meme? I'm out of the Warlock Corpse. Should I look that up? Is it on YouTube? Is it actually like is it music or is it just like an image going around? Oh, it autofilled. Warlock Corpse. Oh boy. That's really something. I mean, that looks like it's real, but it looks like something like I probably wouldn't like. Wow. Let me show you guys what we're looking at here. Hold on, don't play. And by the way, this quality is like the max quality on YouTube, so check this out. This is what we're doing. Well, I'll play a little bit of it. Okay, I can tell you this much. I guarantee you they're serious. A lot has changed since you've been gone. I got a new couch. That poor couch. That poor couch. It was so much safer back at Big Lots. Anyone got good albums to start with speed metal? Yeah, instead of playing this Warlock Corpse, let's do some old school South American speed. You know, the good South American, the Blacken. Is it because the guy is fat? I don't understand. It's just you're saying no way this is serious, dude. I'm telling you, there's so much with metal, and people reinvent stuff and just try to spice it up. So I'm telling you, that looks like a band I would see at Black Magic Social Club here in H Town. Anyways, Volcano. Let's play some of that. Do 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 do. Yeah, that stuff is fun, man. I like a lot of that South American shit from the 80s. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, we're all over here in the fucking YouTube chat talking about shit that we used to. Well, for me, I like that was the one thing that I always remembered. Kind of fuck with her a little bit. I was nice to. I always had a great relationship with mom, but yeah, I just she was especially back then. She was like really religious, so I would kind of I couldn't help it, man. You got big pentagrams on your album covers, like you gotta prod a little bit. All right, before we move over, oh yeah, who was it? Fat Cat of all time over on Rumble. What's going on, dude? He says, what's happening, man? Not a whole lot. We're just going to play some shit here, and we're going to get through what is YouTube safe and move off into some stuff that's got a little bit of sketch to it that YouTube is not going to be too fond of. So, but till then, should we do some more? Fuck it. I'm in a war metal mood, man. Let's do some goddamn proclamation. Dude, am I the only one who thinks of Halo when you hear that? Dude, I'm not even a gamer, but when I was in high school, we did the Halo parties back, before it was like all online. And you would actually have everybody show up at the house and have dual screens and shit. Yeah, aside from the devil growls, of course. That it always makes me think of Halo. But yeah, that is some good shit, man. That is one of those bands that does it right. Yeah, see? Anya says it does sound like the fucking Halo theme. Spirit World, yeah, that's what it was. Spirit World was saying the ooze and the pick scrapes. Dude, ooze and pick scrapes are like 90% of war metal. You say some blast beats, and that's it. Trish says no because I'm not gay. Hey, man, when I was a teenager, I used to play it. I played Halo 1, and we would do it on like the weekends and stuff. I've never been a big gamer, but yeah. Yeah. A LAN party, yeah. See, it's been so long, I forgot what the fuck you even called that. Yeah, we would go, we would just go to, fucking, you would have like the one buddy's house, and then everybody would hang out there for a bit and play that. You'd have pizza and shit. It was fun. But yeah, that's exactly what that reminds me of. Proclamation is, again, we were talking about earlier, just some of those bands that are kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then there's some bands that just like totally encapsulate like that vibe of fucking war metal. That one's fantastic. Primitive Warfare, obviously, we played earlier. And I do have one more war metal song of the night, but I do have some nasty thrash and some war themed black metal. We call those sausage parties. Oh, fucker. Alright. Let's do some fucking Minenwerfer. Minenwerfer, the American band, though you might think they're German, a lot of their lyrics are in German, and everything's World War One themed. One of my faves, man. Carnage at Jutland.
It is clear we have suffered the heaviest damage at sea we have met during the war.
The British were stunned. The Navy was their deepest pride. 4 centuries of decisive victory lay behind the Royal Navy. In 1916, the British people expected no less. Instead, Germany's navy had had the best of an indecisive battle. German ships had proved stronger, more deadly fighting.
German ships had proven stronger, more deadly fighting machines. Hell yeah, dude, that band is fucking awesome, man. Volksschleider, Nihilistician, like, dude, all of them are fucking good, man. They put out, was it last year or the year before last? They put out 4 EPs in that year, dude. Like literally everything the band has done is awesome. I've only seen one video online of them live, and they're based out of California. They are also, I was talking about the other night, they are also banned from Bandcamp, and I think maybe Discogs, even though it's World War One. Like as far as I know, there's like not even a sketchy tie to anything that they do. So, well, it's like all the good shit, man. I am going to do one more here on YouTube. One more here on YouTube, and then we are going to knock out YouTube. And when we do that, you guys have your choice. You could go to Kick, you could go to Rumble. It's fine with me, man. If you just make a sign up, you sign up if you want to comment. It is part of the fun, man. Reading some of this crazy shit you guys come up with over here in the comments. Yeah, Muhammad Ped. I do have some Muhammad Ped lined up. Muhammad the PDF file. I do have some of that lined up for tonight, but obviously we're not going to be able to play that on YouTube. All right. Let's do the last one here, and then we're going to kick YouTube to the curb, man. If you guys, the links are, where are we at? Right up, yeah. If you want to go check out the Rumble or the Kick, we're going to be over there. I honestly have no fucking clue what Kick's policy is on copyright, or what Kick's policy is on, talking about some of these edgy things. So we're going to see. I literally know nothing about it. Until today, I had never even visited Kick's website. So we are going to see. Spirit World says, I got my Rumble thing going. I like Civil War metal. Hey, dude, the new project thing that I have done, I got to finish 2 tracks on it, and then I'll have it out. 1861 is what I'm calling it. I've got 2 tracks up on YouTube now. Triumph and Manassas and Carnage at Shiloh. It's all Civil War themed from like a Confederate viewpoint. If anybody is interested in that, check that out. But we're going to do one more here. I see Nevermore has jumped over to Rumble. Awesome. All right. Let's do some goddamn, because they're going to be at Destroying Texas Fest. Looking forward to this. Fucking Caveman Cult. As soon as the internet works. That's badass. Hell, fucking yeah, dude. I'm excited. Like fucking Matt saying he's gonna be wearing that ghillie suit in the August Texas heat. Yeah, dude. That's gonna be rough, man. I've just playing live, and especially at the place that's at. I've played that venue is called BFE. That Destroying Texas Fest has always held at, and like has been like forever. I have played on that stage twice. And the last time we played, I tried to wear like a beanie when I played. And I was like a song into it. And they have such good lighting there, dude. It heats the fuck out of that stage. And I was like one song in, I like took my beanie off and like literally threw it. And it like smacked the wall and just like kind of like slid down, you know? Yeah, dude. It's like really fucking hot. That was awesome. Nasty ass riffs. Yes. Metal AB 666. Hey Drew, what's up, man? What's going on, dude? That is over at Rumble, which is where the stream is about to go. All right. Teddy James. Okay. Check out his project, Karate Tamale. All right. You guys want to go check out Karate Tamale? Go check it out. But yeah, thanks for coming out, Shred. Love seeing you, man. I hate to drop the fucking YouTube guys, although I think a lot of you guys are going over there. Your choices, they're right here on the screen. Let me see if I can just make this a little bit bigger. Rumble or Kick? Rumble or Kick? Okay. Again, no idea if they're gonna keep us, let us stay. I have no idea. Today was my first day ever even looking at Kick's website, so I'm signed up. It was recommended, and so far the stream is working over there, so oh yeah, good to go. And it looks like a cool site. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sucker for black and green. But yeah, we're gonna get this shit started. And again, it's nothing like, you know, we're not gonna be having a fucking clan rally over here or anything like that. It's just gonna be, we're gonna play shit that'll get us in trouble here. Like this, unfortunately, it is what it is, man. YouTube is just, you know, it's a pain in the ass on some of this stuff. So we are knocking out YouTube. We're going to drop it right now. Thanks everybody on YouTube that had stuck around and came out for this thing. Really cool. Hopefully we'll see you over at Kick or over at Rumble. Here we go. Knocking it out. So let's go ahead.